Today's topic is going to be about African American women and my relationship with African American women. First, I want to start off by saying I am Mexican. I am a very proud American Mexican woman. I'm actually first generation on my mom's side. And on my father's side, we're all Mexican. So, we're all American Mexican, Mexican American, however you choose to say it. First, I want to say my experience with African American women is very deep for me on a very personal level. I don't have time to get into my whole story, my whole life story, but I can say this: the women in my family were very strong women. So out here in America, I would go between Mexico to America, even though I was born here. I'm a citizen, so don't send ICE after me. But all the women in my family were very strong. So I feel that's one of the reasons why I felt so comfortable with African American women. But I just want to start off by saying this. I don't think there's enough gratitude for what they have done for me and how I feel about them. And while I could never fully understand their struggle and what it is to be an African American woman, because I can only speak from my struggle as a Mexican woman, Mexican American woman, and I'm light skinned at that, which I wasn't when I was a kid. But anyway, I digress. I can sympathize with their struggle, but I can never fully experience it. So I humbly say I see it though. I can see it from my perspective, not from theirs, but I can see it. And I've always been ashamed of American society as far as how they treat African American women. So let me start this off. First, I want to say thank you to Sharita. She was my best friend, my first best friend ever. She was the first person that taught me why Black women have, so much invested in their hair. Thank you, by the way, for forgiving me for throwing you in the pool. And thank you for not only explaining to me why you were so upset, but for putting that time in to show me. I learned from a really early age, thanks to Sharita, that while I complained about my mom doing my hair and the pulling and all that, she had it 100 times harder. Hours were invested into her hair. So thank you. But what I really want to say thank you to Sharita for, not just for being my best friend all through elementary and junior high school, but for showing me different forms of beauty. She was one of the first people that showed me that no matter what society says, beauty comes in all shades and all colors. So thank you, Sharita, for that. Second, I want to say thank you to Nudie, my Nudie. When my mother passed away when I was 17, she took me in and welcomed me and took me into her heart, into her family, and gave me love and taught me all those things that I know if my mother had still been living would have taught me. And she taught me how important it is to have faith. And by faith, I don't mean religion. By faith, I mean having faith. So thank you for that, Nudie. She's like a mom to me, always will be. And so I want to say thank you to her. Third, I want to say thank you to Tiffany and to Val. Tiffany showed me that it's okay to be bubbly. It's okay to be in style. It's okay to have your own style. It's okay to feel good about who you are. And so she's always been somebody that I admire deeply because, no matter what, she will make sure that she looks good, and she'll make sure to explain to you that, it's important for a woman not only to look good, but to feel good. Val. I got to say thank you to my Val, because me and her, both of us, I want to thank her for showing me that being unique is a strength and it's a power of its own. So she let me into that part of her world. So thank you, Val. I want to say thank you to Ethel, which I call Grandma. She was 94, I think, and she treated me just like one of her own grandchildren, and showed me love and didn't treat me any different. And I gotta say thank you for that. Love that woman. I want to say thank you to Pearline. That was my girl. Every time I called, she was the one that showed me you should always make time for friends. She, at my worst parts of my life, was always there for me, always there to answer a phone call, always there to let me vent. And at the end of the call, I always was done with the call smiling. And I don't know how she managed that. No matter how bad things were, I was always smiling when I ended a call with her. So I owe her for that. She was a really, really, really good soul. And so the reason I want to speak about this is because I feel African American women in this country have always been underrated. And I'm kind of looking at it from a perspective of an outsider looking in, and I'm looking at it like all these stereotypes that I've heard and all these things that I've heard about African American women. It's always been the opposite. It's always been it's never been that way with me. My personal experiences with them, they've always been giving, loving, and strong. And and I just, I hope that everybody, I think the only way we're ever going to evolve is by understanding one another. And so this is my way of saying to all African American, whether I know them or not, I just want to say I appreciate you and I thank you, and especially the ones that I do know. Thank you for letting me into your families. Thank you for being friends with me. Thank you for showing me how beautiful you guys are inside and out. And I would not be the person I am today if I hadn't had so many different influences. And they are a powerhouse of influences in my mind. So this is me, my kind of way of saying to all those women, thank you guys. And I hope one day this society does evolve, and I hope this society recognizes just how wonderful you guys are as women. And I mean, I wish that also for my Latin sisters. Of course, we feel neglected, but we have Mexico, we have our language, we can go home. And African American women, I think their struggle is so completely different that I don't think they've gotten the encouragement from any society that they really need. And I'm starting to see now things are starting to evolve a little bit more where, they're getting a little bit of the acknowledgement and recognition they deserve, but by far what I feel they should get. So, all right, from your Latina sister to you, African American women, thank you guys, especially all of you that have been in my life. You guys rock. And that's it. That's my topic. If you agree with me, great. If you don't, comment below. Please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. And have a good day. Thank you for listening. Bye.